I know you're listening, so I figured to say this. I cannot see the rich staying rich when all of their workers become sick. And the ones they have left have way too much to clean up because eventually they won't be able to bear it. I can see a real virus that will become airborne because of the greedy route y'all took to save money, save more for yourself. Your dumbasses have dried up the land with your policies, with saying nothing shall be grown without the permission of government. Or it is a rich man saying, mine, mine, mine. I own this, I own that, yet I refuse to care for it and can care less. You cannot survive and live just as good as me. Then, with them, you know, the people that the rich hired in government to experiment on things, on everything they touch, molding it together, I can see Mother Nature eventually creating something coming out of the ground where that is also deadly and unstoppable. All because of you wanting power to control every little thing. And yes, there's people out there that hardly do not want the material life, but they have a need for control. And they like to abuse their power, especially when the person doesn't want to go their direction. Now, of course, we need children to go in the right direction, so we need to put down certain boundaries with them so they don't become selfish like most of y'all. But I guess your parents have never done that. And you were treated like a little princess or a little prince, and that's why um, this country has gotten worse. You pretend you care for people by talking to people nice, when really you don't care for people at all, because you would be voted in the right things that benefits all, and not trying to collect more slaves, just to control their mind, body, and soul. Because that is what wealthy really is about in this country, which is power to control masses of living things, animals, plants, and human beings. And there are you men and women that have a need for greed, well, I should say want, power to control, you are way over your head because eventually that will backfire on you. Think of someone who hoards pets and children, where that turned into a disaster because they end up finding out they could put too much on their plate. And the people who have hoarded so much have put in way too much on their plate. They thought it could work, but they weren't thinking. It's like someone who will overeats and then gets a bellyache. And these people, were trying to save another buck, so they didn't hire anyone to maintain that big home, take care of those children, give them the proper health assistance they need. Or the animals, too. Thought they could do it all on their own. You end up finding out the living things become deathly sick, and all the things they stored up become waste. And all the people who created all those living, things